Hello everyone on the internet, my name is Katarina. Welcome to my channel, Curiosity Killed the Cat. Today I am starting another vlog. I posted my first vlog on Saturday and I did it last week and hopefully it wasn't too criminally bad. Like I hope it was passable. I want to get, more natural and better at it the more I do them. So I decided to just remain consistent and start another one right away. Over the weekend, I really don't have much to update you on because unfortunately I didn't get to finish The Ministry of Time by Kellyanne Bradley. I just didn't have the time to read that much because both days were very busy for me. On Saturday, I was shopping for a present for a friend of mine, so I was meeting up with her on Sunday, and then also I had the afternoon shift. So between editing my video and posting that and working, I didn't really have time to read. And then on Sunday, I went to church, met up with my friend, got home, had lunch, and then afternoon I was going to a football game. So I also didn't really have much time to read except a couple of pages here and there because the rest of the time I was revising. Hopefully I'll get to finish it in the next couple of days. I will have to extend my library holds, I think, so I will do that right as I finish doing the intro because I do not have enough time to finish these books in the next 2 days, which is when my library hold ends. I don't know if I'm going to be able to read much today, so I don't know if I'll update you today. I really wanted to center this vlog more on actually reading, so probably won't get any updates from me because I'll either be studying or I have to go to a work meeting, and that's pretty much all the plans that I have for today. But tomorrow morning is when my exam is, so hopefully after tomorrow, if I pass, I'll be able to just focus on reading and will be updating you more. This week I want to get through, just to put out some plans, right? I want to get through The Ministry of Time. I want to finish that. I want to read Burial Bones in Midnight Soil because that's another one I have from the library. I want to finish, I want to read Emperor of Gladness because that's the one that I have for the Buzzword Challenge, and then the other one that I have for the Buzzword Challenge is And Now Back to You by B.K. Borison. So I also want to finish those. So those four are going to be my priorities for this week so that I get them all done by the end of the month. Will I be successful? I don't know. We shall see. We shall have to wait and see. I will stay in touch with you and I will update you as soon as possible. Guess who passed her exam? I did, this bitch. Hello, hello. Did we doubt it? Yeah, for a second there, yeah. Luckily, I got such an easy set of questions and I knew everything. That went well. I did very well. And now I get to, relax and rest and not bore you anymore with my talk of studying. The next thing on the agenda, and the only thing on the agenda, is finishing The Ministry of Time by Kellyanne Bradley. So I'm gonna go get changed. I'm gonna go lie in bed and I'm gonna go finish this book. I'm almost halfway through, I think, now, and I think things are starting to heat up a bit. I'm getting an idea of where the storyline is heading, and I'm pretty excited to see how it continues to unravel. So far, I'm pretty middle of the road, 3.5 stars, but I do think I'm still really waiting on the romance. So once that kicks in, I think that might up the rating, and as well as seeing how the entire story goes and then the last part of it, because maybe I'll cry in it by the end, and if I cry by the end, that's generally a really good sign. So I'm hopeful. I don't think it's going to be a 5-star, unfortunately, right now, but I think it still has the possibility of a pretty high rating, so we'll see. I've literally been on the floor for about 10 seconds and I'm already uncomfortable, so let's see if I make it through this update. I finished The Ministry of Time by Kellyanne Bradley, and I have to say that unfortunately I'm going to give it a very low 3-star rating. The second half of the book just did not pick up for me, and I really didn't like the direction that the story took. I much enjoyed the first half of the book, which, as I said previously, wasn't giving me the emotions and the feelings and the interest that I wanted it to. I love me some time travel, and I really enjoyed the aspects that were in it in the first half of the book, but later on it just did not work for me. I didn't like the elements that it added. There were a couple of twists that I guessed and they weren't my favorite. I just did not like the writing style. Ultimately, it was very clunky. I don't know if it's down to the translation, which I did not like. I guess I should have read it in English maybe. I don't think it was a good translation, but also, I don't know, some of the choices and the stylistic choices really didn't make sense to me. I really didn't like them, and they kind of affected my enjoyment of the book. So yeah, unfortunately, ultimately didn't really love this one. I like the premise and I like the idea. I just wish that more was done with it, I also felt like ultimately for something that's in first person, it felt very impersonal. And yeah, it just, I don't know, it's weird. It's really weird. Like I started feeling weirder and weirder further we got through. I was just like, yeah, I don't know. I did enjoy the bit of the romance, but I did feel like at the end, the way that it's ending is just like so just out of nowhere. But yeah, I didn't enjoy it. I'm not done reading for today, so I want to lie down and read a bit more, but I will be doing that on my Kindle because I was struggling physically. Okay, I just couldn't find, the best placement I can settle in and read. I don't know why I'm very anxious today. Maybe the leftover feelings of my exam and stuff. I don't know. I couldn't settle in, so I really struggled. So I think I'm gonna, switch over to my Kindle and start reading something there. And I'm feeling a bit more in the romance mood, so I think I might start with "And Now Back to You" by B.K. Borison. I think I might jump into that one because I really need something that's like romance on steroids. Okay, I genuinely need that right now. Hello, it's currently Wednesday afternoon and I just started my shift at work. I wanted to update you very quickly because I didn't do it this morning. But yesterday I did get about 20% into "And Now Back to You" by BK Borison, and I'm really enjoying it so far. Everything is still being set up. These are pretty long romance books in like the 400-page range, I think. So I'm only scratching the surface, but I think I'm gonna enjoy it. Hopefully, I'm gonna like it as much as I did First Time Caller, which was really, really cute and lovely and one of my favorite reads of last year. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really have a lot of updates. If I wasn't reading, I was just catching up on my shows. I did catch up on A Love Story, which has been a bit of an obsession currently. My entire Twitter feed is just this one GIF from it, and I was like, I need to get on that train. So I finally caught up with that. Watched the new Will Trent episode, which that show is just getting better and better. I hope we get a season 5 renewal because it's such a comfort show for me. And I watched the new episode of School Spirits, which I feel like is so underrated. I haven't seen a lot of people watching it, even though I know it came on, I think, internationally on Netflix recently, which is really good. I love Pete and List, and that's why I went to watch it, and it was so good. I've been a day oneer of that show, but this season I haven't been loving it as much. I was hoping that we'd get more of a certain type of story, and we just haven't been. I don't know. The first 2 seasons I think were a lot better, but it's still really, really good. So if you haven't watched that show, I absolutely recommend it. Other than that, I've just been chilling and mentally preparing myself for work. So yeah, I will update you if I end up reading a bit more today, but if I don't, then I will talk to you tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. It's currently 10:30 a.m. It's a Thursday. I didn't update you yesterday because I worked the afternoon shift and I promptly then went to bed. So I did a bit of reading, just a bit. I think maybe about at like 30%. And Now Back to You. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm having fun with it. Hopefully I'll get to finish it sometime today, or at least that's the plan. However, as I said, Thursday, Bridgerton season 4 part 2 is out, and that's my main plan for today. I do have my driving lesson in about half an hour, and then I'm gonna pop to the library just to return some books. And I'm going with my brother because I think he wants to open his library card. But after that, once I get home, it's Bridgerton lockdown. Okay, so I might just actually grab some sweets or something from the store to have a bit of a snack as I watch, but we'll see. I just did a video. It's a bit of a different video, so I'm kind of nervous in how it's gonna come across. And basically, it's just a topic that I really wanted to cover because it's been rattling in my brain for the past couple of days, and I've seen so many different, takes on it, and I kind of wanted to give my own. Hopefully, you guys are gonna like it, and it's gonna be good. This is probably gonna come out sometime today. I'm gonna try and edit it now before I have to leave the house. I don't think I have a lot of cuts to do because I was surprisingly very coherent for something that was not scripted. But I think I might push this vlog to be out Sunday and not Saturday. So I might include some more, footage or more thoughts on some books if I manage to finish them on Saturday instead of Friday. That's it for now. I'm gonna go and edit. See, I just opened my laptop, so I'm gonna try and get that done, and I will talk to you later. So for a reading log, I haven't really been doing that much reading, sad to say, but I have finished Bridgerton season 4, and oh my god, it was so good. It was so good. We are so back, baby. We are so back. I love this season so much. words are not enough. I did have some issues with this second half of the season, but that's mostly just like my little story preferences. But overall, it was so good. I am wondering though, who's going to be at the center of next season though? Because I know I haven't read the books. I've only read the second book because I heard that that was like the best one. My friends really liked it. And then I read it and I was like, seriously? Seriously? When I gave it 2 stars, I really didn't like it. And then all the other books, I, Googled them and read spoilers and stuff. And for each one of them, I was like, seriously? Every single thing that I found out has just left me appalled. So although I have been tempted to read them just for like the shits and giggles, I don't think I'm touching them with a 10-foot pole. No disrespect to anyone who does enjoy those. I haven't really been in the, historical romance genre that much. So maybe I don't know the conventions and I don't know, how you're supposed to get into them or whatever. And maybe I just can't let some things go. Maybe I just can't handle that, these men think about baby trapping the women or that they, think about hitting them, right? Or that they do hit them. I backtrack, but I really do wonder who's going to be in the next season because I know that the next book is Eloise's, but they've already switched it up before with Colin and Benedict. They switched their books around. So I'm curious if they're going to do the same with Eloise and Francesca. Watching this season specifically, I felt they were, building up both of their stories really well. I won't spoil. I really do think that they both have the potential to be the stars of the next season. And I mean, my controversial opinion would be to have them both have the love lines at the same time, but I know that that would cause such an outrage. I just keep thinking about how, from what I know of Eloise's book, a lot of it takes place outside of like the Bridgerton house and like the Bridgertons themselves necessarily. And so I'm curious to see how they're going to parallel her being so away from them with a lot of the story still happening, like, in a singular place around the Bridgertons, so very intertwined with the Bridgertons. Do you think that even now, sometimes it can feel a bit discombobulated? Maybe having like Francesca, who is near the Bridgertons, have that story near the Bridgertons, while at the same time Eloise is having like her own, could be quite interesting. But again, I don't think they're going to do that. That's why it's my controversial opinion. But do tell me who you think is going to be the lead. I mean, by the time this vlog is out, maybe we'll already know. And all of my thinking will have been for naught. But I do wonder because I really do feel like it's all been set up. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I really do hope it's Eloise's season, just because I kind of feel like she was just so present in all the seasons so far, and I think it's her time to shine. The Francesca storyline, and I know from what I know in the books as well, there's a bit of time to let that marinate on the side. But I also don't want to like not see Michaela's character for a whole season. You know what I mean? Like, I love all of the cast too much for that. I just hope that it gives me the same buzz as the season has because this one was phenomenal. It truly was phenomenal. I also wonder who they're going to keep from the cast. I would love to see more of, all of these siblings who've already had their seasons, obviously. When I think about how they incorporated Anthony this season, it just was not good enough, in my opinion. Like, I think we need a bit more of Kate and Anthony. They appear in the second part, but then they just kind of, at one point, just drop out again, and that's one of the issues that I had. They just drop out, and then they're back in the end for a scene, and I'm just like, that was a bit weird. I have some stuff to do right now. I need to prepare for tomorrow because I'm literally going to be working from like 10 in the morning. So I'm tutoring, and then I'm going to a school to cover some classes, and then I'm going back home to literally work half of my shift. So it's gonna be a lot. I'm not stopping till like 11 p.m. It's gonna be crazy. I don't even know if I'm gonna get any reading done. So this week is gonna be so abysmal. I had planned to finish these 2 books, and I don't even know if I'm gonna finish one, honestly. So that has made me a bit down because I set up things for myself and I'm like not achieving them, and I don't mean this even in the, oh, I'm building myself and I want to show progress or whatever. Like, no, it's just for personal. Like, even if no one was watching this and watching me, even if I wasn't putting this anywhere, I would still be like, damn, I really wanted to complete these challenges for myself this month, and I haven't. Yeah, I'm kind of sad about it, but that's how life turns out. Hopefully next time I turn on this camera, I will actually have a proper reading update to tell you. The day I had yesterday, I would wish upon my worst enemy. It took a lot out of me. Got out of the house at like 8:30 a.m. and I did not get back home until 6:45, and then from 7 I had to do half of my shift till 11 p.m. I was dead. I literally afterwards I watched the new Pit episode and went to sleep because I was just so tired. And then I have the morning shift now. So I'm heading to work. I've not read a thing and I'm really sad because this is the last day of the month and I really wanted to, get through my TBR and read 10 books and I haven't. And I'm just sad that I wasn't able to. I will try and finish. And now back to you today so that I can catch up on Emperor of Gladness and read it at the start of March. But yeah, it's just, I'm just so, so sad. Well, what can you do? Hopefully, I will be able to update you when I actually finished another book because only finishing one in this vlog was not my idea. I finally finished And Now Back to You by BK Borgeson, so I thought I should take this time to give you my final update and close off this vlog. I really enjoyed it. I ended up giving it 4 stars just because I wasn't feeling all the things that I want to feel when I'm reading a romance book. When I read the first book in the series, which was First Time Caller, I was all giggly and just swooning and kicking my feet and twirling my hair and was just so overwhelmed by it. And with this one I just wasn't. I think it's more down to my personal preference and just my feelings the past couple of days because I've had a few days from hell and that definitely impacted my feelings and my reading. I think the book is really good. I really enjoyed the story. I love the characters, the sexy scenes delivered. Like BK Borgeson never fails. Overall, like something was missing for me personally. I think one complaint I guess I would have is that I think comparing it, or like not comparing it, but saying that it's an homage or like meant to be a nod to When Harry Met Sally actually does it a disservice. Each book in the series is meant to be a nod to an Nora Ephron classic like rom-com, and I love those rom-coms. And the first one was meant to be an homage to like Sleepless in Seattle. Now I've not seen Sleepless in Seattle in a while, so I couldn't really like go out of my brain beyond, believing in love and like not believing in love. That probably didn't, or what couldn't detract from my enjoyment. But with When Harry Met Sally, that's one of my like favorite rom-coms in general, like one of my favorite films. Also recently watched it at the cinema, like at the start of this year. So it was really fresh in my mind. And reading this book, obviously some scenes very clearly are meant to pay homage to When Harry Met Sally and echo scenes from When Harry Met Sally. But when I read the synopsis and I saw that that's what the homage is, I was expecting like, okay, long friendship that is kind of on the verge of love, like right, romantic love, but both people are really scared about ruining that friendship and losing that relationship that's important in their lives, right? And so they're trying to find love with other people and they're just a pillar for one another and they're growing together and learning about one another and loving one another way before they allow themselves that romantic love with each other. This wasn't that. Like from the beginning, there's romantic feelings. From the beginning, they are at each other's throats, they bicker, and they have that energy, but it's romantic. Like it's always romantic. It doesn't have like the main trope, the like main idea, the main theme of like When Harry Met Sally. And obviously it doesn't have to. But I'm just saying it is something like I had one expectation and then it turned out to be something else. And so that definitely also, I guess, impacted my enjoyment of it all. I'm super stoked for the next one in the series, which Word on the Street is going to be Maggie and Connor, and it's going to be like an enemies to lovers. You've Got Mail homage, which another one of my favorite Nora Ephron. Curious to see how that's gonna play out. But see, this is what I mean. Like when I hear okay, homage to You've Got Mail, obviously we'll have these kind of opposing forces, and the storyline already is that he's part of the company that wants to buy out the radio and she doesn't want that. She wants to keep the radio independent, right? So it's already like that, like independent bookstores versus Barnes and Noble. But is it just going to be that, or is it also going to be, oh, they are secretly like they know each other, they don't know that they know each other, and they're falling in love with each other but they don't know that they're falling in love with each other, you know what I mean? Like is it going to have that? Now that's what I'm wondering. And if I go into it like expecting that and I don't get it, Is it bad? No. But does it impact my thoughts? I think yes. Those are just my feelings about it. Hopefully it makes sense. Only got 2 books done this week. I'll see if I get any reading done later tonight or tomorrow. For Emperor of Gladness, it's gonna be my next one. Just to finish off the Buzzword Challenge prompt, and I really want to finish it. If not, this weekend, then early next week, so I can have that off my list early in March. But other than that, we'll see. I will do a video on my March TBR as well as my wrap up for February, and I'll go through everything that I read and all my stats and all that. And I think that's gonna be really interesting. That's all I'll have for you this week. I know it wasn't as good or as interesting as one before. I'll try to make the next vlog be a bit better. But I guess that's the process, that's such as life. Thank you for watching yet another video. Thank you for, listening to me yap. If you like this video, then like it. If you want to follow more of my vlogs, then subscribe. Leave a comment if you wish to, and I will see you all next time. Bye!